Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me for Workshop Wednesday. Glad that you are here. I am trying to find myself. Here I am on my iPad. So thank you guys for joining me. Today, it's been a busy, crazy, hectic day. But anyhow, I have my announcements as usual. So let me get to them. So share my video and comment that you share my video. So you can either share my video here on Facebook or on YouTube. This week I have some gift bags or treat bags, just bags. I don't know what to call them. Last week's winner has already been notified, and her mail, I don't know what you call it, like mail measurement tool has been sent to her. So be sure, share my video, comment that you share my video. I need all the likes, loves, shares that I can get. So my May Let's Create craft kit is now ready for subscription. For May, I will be using the Relaxing Waterside bundle. So the stamp sets, you will need this, the stamp set and the dies. Look at these dies. How adorable. You can make two different kinds of backs to your chair, this one or this one. This is a oh gosh, now I can't even say it. Andrea chair. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. So you're gonna make, what are you making? 4 cards and a gift card holder. So here's one card. Look at how cute that chair is. And the designer series paper does most of the work. Here's another one. Here is this one for Father's Day, and I just stamped Father's Day several ways. Here's another one. Look at that. A cabin on the lake. I'm going to be going on a beach trip. That's what inspired today's project. Be sure and say hi. Let me know where you're joining me from. And then this one is a gift card holder. So, you could, since relax, you could put like a spa gift card in it. I got a Safeway one. And a place for you to put your little note inside. So those are the projects. You're going to get the designer series paper. You're going to get these trinkets. Where are they? I thought, oh, those ones. I was going to say, no, I used them. Look at the cattails. How cute. And then these embellishments, because these are what we use, this. And you'll get your PDF tutorial and your video tutorial. So I do a video explaining how to put the projects together along with the step-by-step. So you can subscribe for this kit now. And last but not least, this is this month's product of the month, which is the Eyelet Blooms. So you know right now you can earn double rewards when you place a $20 order, at least a $20 order. So all your points will be double, your reward points will be doubled, and then you use rewards to get products later on. So when you spend $75, you can get this die for $5. And when you do that, you can get the Creative Inspiration Product of the Month tutorial. This is last month's. We don't have ours. I haven't even created my projects yet. I got to get on it. But you will earn that as well. And so now just remember, for 3 days only, starting today, you're going to earn double points. So I actually have to place my order. And then another is if you want my tutorial for today's project. Today's got like 4 pages because I had to do some pictures to explain. Just join my email list, and every Friday you will get this one along with my Fun Fold Friday tutorial with measurements. It's not a step-by-step. It's got the measurements and the products. Okay, so what are we going to use today? Well, we are using the Lovely Arrangements bundle again. This is the one I just did my spring fling with, and the ladies loved the cards that we did. Loved them, loved them, loved them. I'm using the same designer series paper, the Lovely and Beautiful, and I don't even know where I did with my pack, but we're going to use this one. So to be honest, well, let me show you. We're going to use these two. We're going to use my all-time favorite dies, Beautifully Celebrated. We're only going to use one. I think it's the second to the smallest. And here is the sneak peek that I was telling you about. I was teasing you. This is called Splash and Relax. Look at these dies. How adorable. You can make a visor, flip-flops, sunglasses, inner tube, beach ball, cup, lotion, and then the stamps to go with it. So when I created this project, it's for travel size. Anyway, I loved Hello Sunshine and Relax and Enjoy. So we're using these, but these will not be available until May 5th. And I'm only using the stamps. I'm not using the dies, but oh my gosh, I can't wait to create this class. I've already have a few classes created with the new stuff coming in May. So as you know, I travel a lot. So, I always like to make the people who I travel with little gifts. So, of course, I had to create a box to fit a Bath and Body Works lotion, a body spray, and a shower gel. So I came up with this box and they all fit in there perfectly. This one is called Costa Rica, which just so happens to be the incentive trip that people are trying to earn. Uh-oh, my iPad is doing like an update or something. But hi, Brian. So I wanted to, this just happens to be Costa Rica. This one smells so good. My favorite is Waikiki Beach Coconut. So I always, anything coconut. So let's get so I was starting to say, to be honest, I only had 2 pieces of the Calypso Coral, 2-tone cardstock, because I needed 12 by 12 to make this size of a box. So we're going to use the Fresh Freesia, and then I'm going to use this, still the Lovely and Beautiful Designer Series paper, but I'm using this pattern that has more of the Fresh Freesia in it, where this one had more of the Calypso Coral. All right, so let's get started. We're going to need 2 pieces of Fresh Freesia. So I'm going to have to open my arm up. Like I said, my iPad decided to do an update all of a sudden. So I can't see comments. Ooh, I think I see Patty on there. I'm looking at the top part of my phone. Okay, so again, we need a 9.5 by 9 3/4. So let's cut the 9 3/4. And this is the Fresh Freesia 2-tone cardstock. So 9 3/4, and then we'll turn it and cut it at 9.5. So that's our first piece. And let's hope I don't get these confused. So the next one is going to be 7. So I'm going to cut the 7 and 9.5. All right. So I'm going to get my Simply score for this one to score these pieces. So like I said, I needed the 12 to especially for the length and then the width and the height. So let's go back to our 9.5 by 9 3/4. So this, let's go to the 9 3/4 side. And on the 9 3/4 side, which is your long side, you're going to score it at 1 3/4. 7 and 8 3/4. And then we're going to turn it and go to the short side, which is our 9.5 inch side, 9.5. And we're going to cut it at, or score it at 1 3/4 and 7 3/4. Okay, now our second piece, our 7 by 9.5. So on the 9.5 side, the long side, we're going to score at 1 3/4 and 7 3/4, just like what we just did. And then now turn it, and on the short side, we're going to score at 1 3/4. Okay, so that is all our scoring. So on the two-tone cardstock, you know there's two colors. So there's the light side, the dark side. I'm going to use the dark side. So the inside of our box is going to be the light color. So let's burnish these score lines. And so for those of you just joining, my iPad is decided to do an update. So I can't see comments or anything. So I guess as soon as it's done doing its update, I will be able to see comments. I'm not ignoring you right now. We're creating our pieces for our box. And I am making a box that holds 3 Bath and Body Works products. So for somebody who's going on a trip and is going to travel, you can put little things. But you know what? There's endless possibilities to this box because I'm pulling my original thing out so you can see it. I mean, you could put snacks in it. You could put just, you name it, you could put whatever in it. So this is my original. Look, I even wrote my instructions. So on the long, is this the long side? I think this is the long side, I should say. Yes, so on the long side, we're going to cut up all the score lines. And actually, when I was trying to figure this box out, it wasn't too hard to figure out. These tabs here are actually going to come out. We're going to cut this at an angle because this is going to be our closure to our box. Once you figure out your dimensions, I haven't done a 3D project in a while. So I was like, I need to make a 3D project. And plus, we have a trip coming up where we're going to be gone for 2 weeks. And we're going to be spending a week at the beach in North Carolina on Emerald Isle. So I always make gifts for the people who we travel with. So these ones here are going to get cut in half because these are what go on the inside. So, and then I like to angle these just like a box if you were getting a box from the store. Okay, so that should match that. Okay, so I'm gonna move that aside. Now this is our second piece, and our second piece is pretty easy. Let me pull my little, we're just gonna cut, you guys kind of could see my process of creating. Look how many score lines I have over here. It takes a while to get my measurements. Once I have them figured out, we're all good. So we're just going to cut these 2 bottom corners out. And it'll be pretty easy peasy from here on out. Okay, so move that one aside, move this aside. So pretty much our box is going to go like this, but I'm not putting mine on the inside. I'm putting mine on the outside, and I'm going to show you why. Because this is going to be our box, and it's going to come up like this. I like to have the clean lines, so here, here, and here on the front. Instead of, if I was to put it like this, you're going to have this right here showing. Understand what I mean? So I'm putting mine on the bottom. So let's go ahead and get some tear and tape. And you can use tear and tape and glue if you want, just to have a really secure hold. The two-tone cardstock is not as thick as, you know, the other, a regular cardstock. And so we're going to put tear and tape on these two sides because that's going to be our front and what we are going to cover up all the other flaps. I'll show you what I mean. Thank you all for joining me. My iPad has, let me see, has it finished its update? I don't know why all of a sudden it's, uh-oh, now Siri's, I don't want Siri. I want to get back on my iPad so I could see your guys' comments. I got to find myself. Okay, so your what piece, and in my instructions, this is called piece number 2. This is piece number 1. And let me get back to my page and, okay, there I am. Okay, we got some comments. I will catch up in a minute. So on this one, these are going to go like so, and then these are going to go here because we're going to hide them behind the other flaps. And then that way, in the inside of your box, if we were to put them on the inside, you have this little, you know, lip here or whatever where stuff could get caught on. So I always like to hide it. So I'm going to do another thing. I'm going to angle these. Just, you don't have to. It's just a little extra to make sure that they're not going to pop out. Or not that they're going to pop out. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Anyhow, we're going to put tear and tape on these. I like to angle them, I guess, so that they're even, is what I'm trying to get. It's not going to be like bulky and messy. Am I confusing you guys? I hope I'm not confusing you. I confuse myself. I shouldn't be confusing you. Like I said, when I'm creating these themes, I'm going back and forth. Oh my gosh, wait till you see Friday's card. Ugh, I had to walk away from that one because it took me a while to get my measurements right. Okay, so we're going to take all these pieces. Like I said, you could add some glue in there for extra securedness. Is that a word? All right. So we're going to, again, these are going on the outside. And see, I angled them just so that in case I didn't cut them right, they wouldn't be hanging over the sides. Okay, so now piece number 2, that I'm calling this, we can take these off. And we're going to adhere it to the bottom. So I'm trying to see a good way to show you guys. I guess this way. See, that's what I was afraid of. I think it's, we're going to line this up with the seam, or the score line. Because that's what I was afraid of. I was kind of afraid if I don't get it right, and then I have to tear it. So there we go. So now see, we don't have any lines in here, and we're going to have all our seams are going to be clean in the front of our box. Okay, so now these are just going to go right on over like so. Uh-oh. It's kind of the only thing about tearing tape. I don't have that wiggle room like if I had the glue. And then we're going to do the same on this side. Right like so. And there is our box, and it's going to close like that. So all these products that go over here, like I said, you could put anything. If you're making a travel gift, you can put snacks in it. You can make this a spa box and put like spa products in it. You can just put goodies. So since I didn't make a divider for this, normally I would make a divider where things won't shake around, but because I'm not sure what you're going to put in yours, we're just going to fill it with a little bit of filler to kind of keep things from moving around. It's not like major. They can roll around, but I'm just putting a little bit of filler in just to keep them in place. So now we're going to close our box up, and we're going to cut all our pieces of designer series paper. And I have used so much of this paper. Well, after doing my event this weekend, the Spring Fling, I have still been using it all. Okay, so our designer series paper for the front is going to be 5 by 5 3/4. So 5. And then I'm going to need 2 pieces because we're doing the front, and 5 3/4. We're doing the front and the back. 5 3/4. And then we're going to need, our sides are going to be 1 1/2 by 5. That looks kind of narrow, but I think that's right because we did 1 3/4 is the by 5, right? I know I just cut it and I'm already, okay, so our front, our back, our sides, and then we're not putting anything on top. So, hello everyone. Again, I'm not ignoring you. My does this go this way? Yes, it goes this way. But I'm trying to figure out the direction of the flowers. The flowers are really all over. So we're going to go with this one. Yes, I'm trying to catch up. Hi, Joan. Hi, Brian. Hi, Denise. Hi, Patty. Hi, Danny. And we are going to glue this on the front. My box is kind of popping open, but we're going to fix that. And then we can go do our sides, or let's do the back. That way that one cut. Look, you could even use this back side if you wanted it to be all like fresh freesia. And so just so you know, like these products that I got at Bath & Body Works, they have sales like all the time. So usually like these little things, they're for like $3. So, I mean, $9 for a gift, you can't beat that. They're like $2.95. That's that side. Or maybe I should have did this before I put my stuff in because my stuff is kind of flopping around. But you know, pretty much any store, you can go to Walmart, you can go to Target, you can go to your local grocery store, and they have travel, usually travel item sections. Okay, let's put this back in here. I probably needed a little bit more filler to hold them in place. So this is totally optional. Now, here in the front, I made a notch. And my notch is, I have a 1-inch punch. So I'm going to do just a half circle. Right, like I'm eyeballing it, but so I'm assuming that's my center. And we're gonna, no, I messed it up. All that fillers all over. And then you could close your box like so. And then that way they can open it. They have the notch. But that's optional. If you don't have a 1-inch punch, don't worry about it. So now we're gonna use the golden white ribbon. And we're gonna tie a bow at the top. Where are my ribbon scissors? I'm just gonna snap that, cut it so that I don't have my roll all over. And I thought I grabbed my tweezers. My other set of fingers. We're gonna fix this box in a moment. That's kind of the only thing that I'm not a big fan about on the two-tone cardstock. It's not thick and sturdy as the others. It's nice though when you want to do, like, you could emboss it and then sand it and you get the white come out of it. But when it's for something as sturdy, and we don't have 12 by 12 cardstock, we only have the two-tone. I got glue right there. Okay, so now there's our box. This is gonna go over some. There's our box. Now let's decorate it. And I have tear and tape all over. Let me grab the, okay, we'll just push it that way. Push it out of the way. We're gonna do some stamping and die cutting. So we're gonna stamp our flowers. We're gonna die cut this. We're gonna die cut this gold. Love the gold in this paper. And then we're gonna stamp our flowers in Calypso Coral. So we're gonna do the large flower. We're gonna do the small flower. I'm gonna turn it this way. And then we're gonna do our leaves in Old Olive. Oh, you know what? My bad. Hold on. Because I changed the designer series paper because I didn't have Calypso Coral. We're actually gonna stamp these in Fresh Freesia so that they match the flowers on the cardstock. Okay, so you know, that's the good thing about having two sides to the paper. I don't know why I didn't pull that. Oh, I know why I didn't pull it out. Because for the sentiment. Okay, live TV. Fresh Freesia is really light. So if you wanted to do darker, you could use Highland Heather. You could do Gorgeous Grape. Any of the other ones. I just went with the color that's in the designer series paper. And I know, Patty, this paper is like one of my favorites. But especially spring. With this lovely arrangements bundle, I didn't care for the designer series paper because it wasn't springy. It was more, I don't know, winterish, I guess, because it has Secret Sea in it. All right, so let's die cut our pieces. Hi, Heather. This is actually a gift for our beach trip coming up. You missed the beginning. So let's put our dies, and I'm probably gonna have to tape these because I have so many dies on here. Wow, I got that one the right direction the first time. That's a miracle. And our leaves. Those look like they're gonna stay. All right, so let's die cut all these. Who's excited for the new catalog? We have some pretty cool stuff. That, oh my gosh, that Splash and, what is it, Splash and Relax bundle? I cannot wait to create with them. The flip-flops alone, like the, I don't know, maybe Heather, you should plug your ears. Yep, soon we will be at the beach, but first I gotta go to California and do my regular doctor's appointments and then see the new baby. Can't wait. Okay, so there's all those pieces. So now we're gonna stamp. So what do you guys think? The Hello Sunshine, should I do it in Fresh Freesia or the Calypso Coral? You know what I think I'm gonna do? Maybe I'm gonna grab the Highland Heather and show you guys the difference. I think I'll do it in Highland Heather so that it kind of stands out a little bit. So we want to stamp Hello Sunshine towards the top. And then see the difference in the color? Big difference. It makes it stand out more. And then we're going to stamp Relax and Enjoy in Old Olive. And I'm going to stamp that kind of to the side. I've been dropping my ink pads lately, so that's why I'm all like, oh, afraid I'm going to drop it right on my project. Okay, so we're going to add our label to, well, let me, I think I'll add my gold circles to the box. I went to pick this up and forgot the stuff is in it. So we're going to add this first. And I just add one to each corner and maybe one or two in the middle. Because we're going to do, let's go here and here. Get all of these things off. And we're going to stick that somewhat the center of the box. Now we can put our label in the center. And what I did is see these two like points and see the point here and the point there. Just kind of lined them up. That's how I figured out the center of this. And then now our flowers. Now I feel like I should do these flowers over in the Highland Heather. We're going to stick one here. Stick our other one. Uh-oh, where'd my dimensional go? Flying dimensionals, flying dimensionals. All right. We're going to stick this one right behind there. And our leaves. These leaves are going to lighten up because I have, uh-oh, I can't see comments again now. Oh, there we go. Sorry. I'll show you. See, two sides to the paper. First we did them in coral, and then we're just going to add our leaves back like so. And see how they're going to lighten up because I use the same ink. And, oh, we're not done. We're not done. I always do this. So on this box, I had used like the coral because we did Calypso Coral. I'll probably use the white. So on my instructions too, I give you the products for both because, you know, I knew I was going to have to make it in the Fresh Freesia. I'm like looking at my thing and not paying attention. I get sidetracked so easy. And there. And that is it. That is our box. What would you guys put inside this box? If you didn't want to put the travel goodies like I did, what would you put in it? My other thing would be like I said, snacks. You can put some little bags of the trail mix. You can put an eye mask, like, you know, traveling. They have blow up travel pillows that might fit in here. There's just, like I said, the possibilities are just endless. But that is the box for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And keep popping. I think what I did is I tied this too tight. And which color do you like? Do you like the Calypso Coral or Fresh Freesia? And look, my I put tape on the wrong side. So don't do what I do. Do what I showed you in the video today. All right, everybody. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. And be sure and come back on Friday for my Fun Fold Friday card. That took me forever to make, but it's a fun one. Take care, everybody. Bye.